Is it worth it?
Spiky bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Rob Bear from SpikyBits.com, and in this video, we're going to go over the estimated values of the new Slaanesh Champions, well, Emperor's Children Champions of Slaanesh Army box set. Say that 10 times fast. From Games Workshop. We know it's coming. It looks exciting. Very, very excited for this one. So let's dig into it and see how it's looking. So the new Army box looks pretty exciting. Now we know there's probably going to be multiple waves of this again, and we'll talk about that here in a second. So here's a little graphic we put together, and then jumping into the values, and we'll have to link to this whole article over on, well, in the description, but of course this is over on Spiky Bits. Checking out the value. Now we don't know the release date, but most likely it'll be February, March, which brings me to the second point that it's probably going to be a multi-wave release just because it's got so many models. Same thing we saw with Deathcore. And if you take the Blood Angels Army box as an example, the Army box itself was released on September 7th, 2024, followed by all the additional releases which were out October 19th as a street date. So kind of gives you an idea, about a month and a half gap between the Army box hitting the shelf and then all the single releases, including the Combat Patrol as well, that came out. So we may see that with this release because there's a bunch of separate releases. As you can see, you got the Noise Marines, you got the Infractors slash Tormentors, the new Lord model, which makes a bunch of different ones or versions. The Codex, of course, will probably be in that second wave as well, because we've seen where the Army box comes out, you get a code, it doesn't work in the app, it's not legal, you can't play it in tournaments until the actual separate Codex comes out for Warhammer 40k, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And then, of course, we know Fulgrim's coming out, we know Lucius is coming out, and the Flawless Blades as well will all be a separate release. So there's actually a lot to come out here. Now, pricing wise, what is this? $230, right? Yeah. So $230 up from $220 last year. Of course, February is usually when GW does their price increases. They did them later in the year. Their year, remember, goes from June to June is their financial year. Kind of weird, but finance, fiscal year and actual calendar year, two different things for a lot of companies. It makes sense. They don't want to be counting a bunch of inventory in Christmas. If they had actual inventory, ask your store owners. Nobody can get anything. Every time I'm at any game store in America, one store owner complained to me the other day. He's like, I only got half my order. I was like, damn, you're doing pretty good, dog. Most people don't even get that. And the worst part is Games Workshop ties up that money. So if you put in, say, a $10,000 order, you get $5,000. They charge you $10,000. $5,000 of merchandise shows up, and you kind of get a refund like whenever, but that $5,000 is just out. And for a game store, that's a significant amount of money. So here's the pricing for what we assume to be the pricing. This is pretty much matched everything, and we'll probably continue to match everything there. And some ideas about the individual squad price based on what things are going for. Now, this could slightly vary. The Noise Marines could maybe be, instead of 65, they could be 62.50, but either way, squad prices are creeping up towards $70 here in 2025. The Infractors as well, kind of estimating at 65, could be 62.50. Don't really know for sure. The new Lord model, based on Space Marine characters, probably 42, probably. Again, could be 45, could be 37, most likely 42. Codex and cards, we pretty much know that what that one's going to be. That's pretty locked in there. So if all that is true, you're looking at a rough value in Games Workshop money, air quotes, I'm air quoting, of $167, which is pretty good. If you compare it down here to Deathwing Assault, which came out about roughly the same time last year in 2024, that was $220. You only got 22 models. So we're actually doing better with this release, with this box set release, than last year, not only in terms of a price increase for the box, but also the quantity of miniatures and also the assumed value as well. So very excited about that one, to see Games Workshop give him more value. Now, is this box set for everybody? No, probably not. I mean, I have been at game stores a lot over the past couple of weeks. doing my thing. But every time, folks will be coming up wanting the Deathcore Krieg, new players and such, but they don't want to spend the $230. They wanted to just buy the Deathcore box, which isn't available yet. It was re-released with the Kill Team release in November, but it's already sold out, even on Games Workshop site. So chances are that will also be part of a single box release for the Deathcore, along with the Combat Patrol, which we might see announced this week, maybe. We just don't know. But we know the Deathcore box is out. Give it a couple of weeks usually, and about a month and a half. Probably hitting retail very shortly here in February. So February is looking to be a very exciting month. Not only in the fact that we'll probably get the Slanesh Army box, but also the separate Deathcore Krieg releases as well. So that is pretty much it. Click the link if you want to see all these links and do all your comparisons and everything. But either way, if you're already looking at the Emperor's Children, you're probably going to want to buy this box set because it does have value, and it also is cool and gives you a little bit of intrinsic value because you're going to get early access, air quotes, to the new Army book or Army Codex in there as well. So that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching our pricing estimates, pricing comparison value video on the new Emperor's Children box set there. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos.
Spiky Bits.